Howard Schultz was born in Brooklyn, New York, in a small, poor family that struggled to survive every single day. His father worked as a truck driver delivering diapers, milk, and groceries. They lived in a public housing complex where broken elevators, leaky ceilings, and unpaid bills were normal things. One winter morning, when Howard was just a boy, his father slipped on the ice while working and broke his ankle. With no medical insurance and no job protection, his father lost everything in one day. Howard saw his father lying hopeless on the couch, angry, defeated, and humiliated. That moment carved a fire in his heart. He made a promise to himself. One day, he would build something that treats people with respect, where no one would have to feel what his father felt that day. As he grew up, life didn't get easier. His family couldn't afford much, and Howard had to work odd jobs just to support himself. But he was determined. He was the first in his family to go to college. He didn't go to an elite school or have money, but he had something greater: vision. After graduating, he started working in sales. One day, while visiting one of his clients in Seattle, a small local coffee shop called Starbucks, something caught his attention. The aroma of coffee, the warmth of the place, and the friendly faces of people who seemed genuinely happy made him pause. It wasn't just coffee. It was a community. It was connection. And in that little shop, Howard saw the seed of something that could change the world. He joined Starbucks as the head of marketing. While traveling to Italy for a business trip, he discovered the espresso bars of Milan, where people gathered not just for coffee, but for conversation, connection, and culture. The barista knew their names. The customers smiled. Coffee was not just a drink, it was an experience. Howard came back with a dream burning inside him. He told the Starbucks owners, "We can bring this experience to America. We can make coffee something people enjoy, not just drink." But they disagreed. They thought he was crazy. They believed Starbucks should only sell coffee beans, not serve drinks. His heart broke, but his belief stayed strong. He decided to take a leap of faith. He left Starbucks and started his own company, Il Giornale. He had no big investors, no safety net, only his vision. He went door to door to raise money. Over 200 people said no. They told him, "Coffee is coffee. You're wasting your time." But every no made him stronger. He didn't stop. He said to himself, "I will keep going until someone says yes." Finally, after months of rejection, he found a few people who believed in him. With that small support, he opened his first cafe. The line outside was long. The smell of coffee filled the air. People loved it. It wasn't just the drink. It was the warmth, the atmosphere, the energy. Howard knew he had started something special. Soon after, the original Starbucks owners decided to sell their company. Howard saw his chance. He wanted to bring Starbucks back, but this time with his vision. The problem was the price, $3.8 million. He didn't have that kind of money, but he refused to give up. He worked tirelessly, pitching his dream to anyone who would listen. He spoke with passion, with fire, with belief. Finally, investors began to trust him. He bought Starbucks in 1987 and merged it with his own company. The new Starbucks was born, the one we know today. But success didn't come overnight. Many days, the stores were empty. Bills piled up. Critics said he wouldn't last a year. He would stand in those empty cafes late at night, staring at the tables, thinking, "Did I make a mistake?" But he remembered his father, the man who lost everything because no one cared. And he said, "I will build a company that cares." He kept improving, kept innovating, focused on making Starbucks not just a brand, but a feeling. Over time, his hard work paid off. Starbucks grew, one store at a time, across America, then across the world. From a single shop to more than 30,000 stores worldwide. Millions of people now start their day with Starbucks. And behind every cup is Howard's belief that coffee could connect people and change lives. He gave employees health insurance, college tuition, and stock options. He made sure no one in his company would feel abandoned like his father did. For Howard Schultz, success was never about money. It was about dignity, respect, and opportunity. His journey teaches us something powerful, that success is not born from luck or privilege. It comes from pain, perseverance, and purpose. He turned his struggle into strength, his vision into reality. He showed the world that even if you start with nothing, if you have the courage to dream and the discipline to act, you can change everything. Today, when people walk into a Starbucks, they don't just buy coffee. They buy inspiration. They buy connection. And it all began with a poor boy from Brooklyn who refused to give up on his dream. Howard Schultz once said, "In life, you can't be afraid to dream big, but dreams only matter if you have the courage to chase them." So, remember this. No matter where you come from, no matter how hard life gets, your past does not define your future. Hard work does. Vision does. Discipline does. The world belongs to those who believe deeply enough to keep going when everyone else stops. Because sometimes all it takes is one dreamer with a cup of coffee to wake the entire world. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who believe, even when no one else does. It comes to those who work in silence, who wake up early and sleep with purpose. The ones who build when the world is busy doubting. The screen fades into clips of hands working. A man writing in his notebook. A young woman opening a small shop. A boy studying under a dim light. Every great dream begins with a single thought. A whisper in your mind that says, "What if I can?" And the truth is, you can. You always could. All you needed was courage. Now, the background shows stars slowly lighting up in the sky. A cup of coffee rests on a table, steam rising like hope. The world will tell you that success is luck. But luck is only the shadow of hard work. Success is built by discipline, by showing up every day, by fighting your own doubts until they give up. It's built by those who choose effort over excuses. The camera focuses on the cup as the reflection of city lights glows on it. Howard Schultz didn't build a coffee empire. He built a dream. One cup, one person, one belief at a time. And that's the secret. Greatness starts small. Soft piano music swells as text appears on the screen. Never stop believing. Never stop building. Your story is just beginning. Dream big. Work harder. And remember, your future is written by the choices you make today. Success begins when excuses end.